The same thing happened, however, night after night, the soldiers declaring that the toll bar at their station near the bridge would rise of itself, and the spectral equipage sweep by them despite their efforts to stop it. At the same time, every night, the coach would rumble into the courtyard of the house. The watchers, including the widow's family and the servants, would be thrown into a heavy sleep, and every morning the young victim would be found bruised, bleeding, and swooning as before. The town was thrown into consternation. The physicians had no explanations to offer. Priests came to pass the night in prayer, but as midnight approached, all would be seized with the terrible lethargy. Finally, the Archbishop of the province came and performed the ceremony of exorcism in person. But the following morning, the governor's widow was found worse than ever. She was now brought to death's door. The governor was finally driven to take the severest measures to stop the ever-increasing panic in the town. He stationed 50 Cossacks along the bridge, with orders to stop the spectre carriage at all hazards. Promptly at the usual hour, it was heard and seen approaching from the direction of the cemetery. The officer of the guard and a priest bearing a crucifix planted themselves in front of the toll bar and together shouted,
"In the name of God and the Tsar, who goes there?"
Out of the coach window was thrust a well-remembered head, and a familiar voice responded,
"The Privy Councillor of State and Governor, see."
At the same moment, the officer, the priest, and the soldiers were flung aside as by an electric shock, and the ghostly equipage passed by them before they could recover breath. The Archbishop then resolved, as a last expedient, to resort to the time-honoured plan of exhuming the body and pinning it to the earth with an oaken stake driven through its heart. This was done with great religious ceremony in the presence of the whole populace. The story is that the body was found gorged with blood and with red cheeks and lips. At the instant that the first blow was struck upon the stake, a groan issued from the corpse, and a jet of blood spurted high into the air. The Archbishop pronounced the usual exorcism, the body was reinterred, and from that time no more was heard of the vampire. How far the facts of this case may have been exaggerated by tradition, we cannot say. But we had it years ago from an eyewitness, and at the present day there are families in Russia whose elder members will recall the dreadful tale.